Let's have a look at simultaneous equations that are coming up all the time in our exam. So here we have to solve them. Remember, the main idea with simultaneous equation is the elimination of the letters. So at the first stage, like here we have 3 letters. So we have 3 letters. What do we do first? We get rid of 1 letter. What therefore we are left over is 2 letters and 2 equations. And then again, what do? Again, we eliminate 1 letter. So therefore, we will be left with just 1 letter, 1 equation. That's the main idea with simultaneous equation. Once we have 1 letter, 1 equation, we know we do letter equal number. That's the main idea. One thing you have to always remember with simultaneous equation, you have to be meticulous because it's very easy to make a mistake. Not that the method is particularly difficult. Now, how do we eliminate letters? We have 2 ways of doing that. One that you are very familiar with is when you have 2 equations, you add them up, and in the process of adding, one of the letters becomes 0, and that's how you eliminate. Second method is the method of substitution, and that's the one I want to use here because we have letters without numbers beside it, so that is an excellent example. So let's take our first equation. So we're going to move that 2y to the other side. So we have x equal 143 minus 2y. We move it to the other side. Now, why do we do that? Because now we can take this expression for x and replace x in our third equation here. So let's copy the second y plus 3w equal minus 74, and our second equation 4, and instead of x, we put bracket 4 will be multiplied by 143 minus 2y, and then copy the rest plus 5w equal 4. So as you see it, they want to do that. As you can see it, we've eliminated 1 letter, and therefore we have only 2 letters to equation. Now, next stage, again, it's about what? Eliminating another letter. Yes, you could multiply the bracket or no, doesn't really matter at what stage you do that. So let's take again, here we have y without any number beside it. So we're going to move that 3w to the other side and therefore change the sign. So we have minus 74 and we move plus 3w to the other side, becomes minus 3w. So now we can take that expression for y and replace y in our second equation. Therefore, our second equation, we have 4 bracket 143 minus 2, and instead of y, we put minus 74 minus 3w. Close bracket plus 5w equal 4. And as you can see it, we have now 1 letter, 1 equation, and therefore we are going to letter equal number. So what do we do first? Well, let's start multiplying all that bracket. So first, multiplication of the bracket inside the bracket. So we copy 4 bracket 143 and minus 2 multiply by minus 74. We put that in the calculator, not that I know how much is that. I use calculator. Plus 148 minus 2 by minus 3 will give me plus 6. And let's not forget about the w, and we copy the rest. 5w equal 4. Now, the next thing is to do multiplication by 4. We can add those two numbers, 143 plus 148. That will give me 291. So 4 multiplied by 291, that will be 1164. 4 multiplied by 6, that will be 24. Let's not forget a w, and then we copy the rest, plus 5w equal 4. Now we can see it, so the 2 w's can become 124, and 5, that will be 29w. And we move our number to the other side to join 4. So 4, and then while moving that, we change the sign, so minus 1164. Now to have w, what do? We divide both sides by 29. We eliminate that letter that stands that number that stands beside w. We put that second the other side of the equation in the calculator. we press equal, and we get that W is minus 40. Now that is not finished. We only found one letter. Let's go back now to find the rest. So here we already have equation for y. Do I need to use this, or can I use any other one? Of course, I can use any equation I want, but this one is already ready for me. So y will equal minus 74 minus 3, and instead of W, now we put minus 40. And we put all of that in the calculator, press equal, and we get that y is 46. Now the last one to find is x. And then again, we have here ready equation for x. So therefore, x will be 143 minus 2. And instead of y, we put 46. And we put all of that in the calculator. We press equal, and we get that x is 51. So like I'm saying, solving simultaneous equation, it's not that the method is difficult, but what is difficult is that you have to be meticulous, because it's very easy to make a mistake.